Hello and hi to everyone. Today we will discuss that the crypto lender Blockfi has filed for the bankruptcy protection to maximize value for all clients. On November 28, the crypto lender Blockfi informed the public via a press release that the company has voluntarily petitioned for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. BlockFi is now one of many digital currency businesses dealing with the significant financial hardships and bankruptcy proceedings in 2022. The Chapter 11 bankruptcy filings encompass the crypto lender BlockFi and 8 of its affiliates. Affiliates means branches. It has many branches. These are all are included in the petition. The crypto firm insists the plan is to stabilize its business and provide the company with the opportunity to consummate a comprehensive restructuring transaction that maximum value for all clients and other stakeholders. BlockFi has cited the FTX collapse as a period when the company took steps to protect BlockFi customers. On November 10, BlockFi had paused withdrawals and the firm also cited FTX in that specific because on that day FTX underwent underground, and on the same date this BlockFi also stopped deposits and withdrawal. Months prior, it was assumed that the FTX would be buying BlockFi, as the company's CEO said in July that the exchange had an option to acquire the crypto lender BlockFi. With the collapse of FTX, the BlockFi management team and board of directors immediately took action to protect clients and the company. The company's financial advisor Mark Renzi detailed, from inception, BlockFi has worked to positively shape the cryptocurrency industry and advance the sector. BlockFi looks forward to a transparent process that achieves the best outcome for all clients and other stakeholders. Compute North, Voyager, Digital, Celsius, 3 Arrow Capitals or 3AC and FTX have all filed for bankruptcy protections after dealing with the financial problems in this year. Numerous problems are reportedly associated with the over-leveraged assets, which means they have overlanded their assets amount in their wallet. They extended more, gave loan to others more than they have in their wallets. And the Terra blockchain implosion that took place 6 months ago. It all started with the Terra Luna implosion that rocked the entire cryptocurrency market. So, what is a Chapter 11? Chapter 11 is a form of bankruptcy that involves the reorganizations of a debtor's business affairs, debts, and assets, and for that reason is known as reorganization bankruptcy. A Chapter 11 bankruptcy allows a company to stay in business and restructure its obligations. If a company is filing for Chapter 11, it opts to propose a reorganization plan. It must be in the best interest of the creditors, which means who has given money to this company BlockFi, it should their interest should be at the first place. If the debtors does not suggest a program, the creditors may propose one instead. Both can propose a plan in the welfare of creditors who have given money. Many major corporations, including General Motors and Kmart's, have used Chapter 11 bankruptcies as an opportunity to restructure their debts while continuing to do businesses. And slowly, these companies came out of their bankruptcies and are running till today. General Motor, we all know, cars and other things. Declaring Chapter 11 bankruptcy does not cause a company to shut down. It stays in business and reorganizes its assets. So it means that BlockFi is not closing, it is not shutting down, and it is just reorganizing. So BlockFi's Chapter 11 bankruptcy troubles began with the FTX. We all know, a BlockFi advisor said in a court filing, with a liquidity injection that was supposed to save the company, because FTX was saying that I will purchase BlockFi, so it was running on that injection, but FTX also collapsed and taking BlockFi along with it. BlockFi's advisor Mark Renzi said that the BlockFi was completely unlike FTX. Yes, both were different. BlockFi was doing good, but could not handle the pressure of the bear market, but laid the lion's share of the blame at the feet of many others on the broader markets. on bankrupt hedge fund, three Arrow Capitals, and on FTX. Yes, market condition are like this, up and down condition. On November 11, the day FTX filed for bankruptcy, BlockFi paused customers' withdrawals. Investors like at FTX, Voyager, and Celsius are now left in confusion with no access to their funds, and nobody knows when will they ever get their funds back or not. There was supposedly one man who could save this lender firm BlockFi. It was Sam Bankman-Fried. This former FTX CEO bailed out and took over many crypto firms as the crypto markets withered with the Terra's spring crash. Likewise, Terra was the biggest crash this year, and it took all other market with it. With the collapse of the FTX, the firm which Bankman-Fried now find themselves in an uncertain state. Voyager put itself back up for auction last week. On Monday, BlockFi filed for bankruptcy in New Jersey, United States, after weeks of speculation that FTX collapse had fatally crippled it. Because FTX was heavily involved in the BlockFi, it has injected many millions of dollars in BlockFi. So one failed and another also fell with it. The FTX death spirals, as BlockFi advisor Renzi puts it, has now spread to another crypto entity. So it is a chain reaction. BlockFi's bankruptcy had been anticipated for some time. Yes, we were hearing rumors about the BlockFi's condition, but in a detailed 41-page filing report, Renzi walks creditors, investors, and the court through his perspective at the helm of BlockFi, which means he told all this creditor investor that what was going on at the BlockFi. According to Renzi, exposure to two successive hedge fund failures, the FTX rescue, and broader market uncertainty all conspired to force BlockFi into bankruptcy. These are the market conditions. Renzi is keen to underscore that from his point of view, BlockFi does not face the myriad issues apparently facing FTX. Renzi pointed to a 30 million settlement with the SEC and the company's corporate governance and risk management protocols, writing that BlockFi is well positioned to move forward despite the fact that 2022 has been a uniquely terrible year for the cryptocurrency industry. So we also know that the SEC was hearing stopping BlockFi, but the BlockFi paid $30 million and for running its business, and that was settled. Maybe that money was given by the FTX, so therefore it was running till now, and now it has collapsed. The issue that the Renzi referred to may include FTX well publicized lack of financial risk, anti-money laundering, or audit systems. We all know these all these mismanagement crippled the FTX, but BlockFi, because it has taken money from the FTX, also got in its tentacles. Indeed, Renzi is keen to underscore BlockFi's difference from the FTX and contends that FTX intervention in summer 2022 ultimately worsened outcomes for the BlockFi. Renzi is a managing director at Berkeley Research Group, which BlockFi has enlisted as a financial advisor for its Chapter 11 proceeding. So it will have to go to the court, and Renzi is a managing director at that research group, which is the financial advisor of the BlockFi. Both BRG and Kirkland and Ellis, BlockFi's legal advisors, have experienced in crypto bankruptcies. Kirkland and BRG both represented Voyager during its failed auction to FTX. Both firms have already collected millions in fees from the BlockFi in preparation work for the bankruptcy, according to the court filing. So we all know the court cases are very costly. So it has already collected millions of dollars in fees from the BlockFi, which is BlockFi has taken from the people which put their Bitcoin, Ethereum in hope that they will get 5 to 10% interest, and they will get their now they are very confused whether they will get even their the minimum amount that they have deposited. Forget about the interest. Similarly to the filings in the Voyager and Celsius network bankruptcies, Ranji points to broader turbulence in the crypto markets, accelerated by the collapse of the crypto hedge funds Three Arrow Capital as the driving force behind BlockFi's liquidity crisis. So this Three Arrow Capitals or 3AC has also taken or given money to the BlockFi, and when one falls, the domino effects takes over. So this was the discussion we have today. The Chapter 11 bankruptcy is the most complex of all the bankruptcy cases. It is also usually the most expensive form of bankruptcy proceedings. For these reasons, a company must consider Chapter 11 reorganization only after careful analysis and exploration of all other possible alternatives. Named after the US Bankruptcy Code 11, corporations generally file Chapter 11 if they require time to restructure their debts. This version of bankruptcy gives the debtors a fresh start. However, the terms are subject to the debtor's fulfillment of its obligations under the plan of reorganizations. During a Chapter 11 proceedings, the court will help a business restructure its debts and obligations. In most cases, the firm remains open and operating. Many large US companies filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcies and stayed afloat. Such businesses include automobile giant GM, the airlines United Airlines, retail outlet Kmart, and thousands of other corporations of all sizes. So we have seen that many other companies, famous companies, have also filed for this Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So they come out. So hopefully, if it continues and people start trusting again, which is very difficult in BlockFi, then it can again come. But these things are very long, very difficult, and very confusing. So always invest after due diligence, due care. So that was a small piece of discussion that we have today. A business in the midst of filing Chapter 11 may continue to operate. In most cases, the debtor called a debtor in possession runs the business as usual. However, in cases involving fraud, dishonesty, or gross incompetence, a court-appointed trustee steps in to run the company throughout the entire bankruptcy proceeding. So one after one problems emerges when we go to the courts, and if they did not find any solution between themselves, the debtors and the creditors, then the court will appoint its trustee, which means the court will appoint a judge, another judge on the court's behalf to see and examine how this all process is going on. The business is also not able to make some decisions without the permissions of the courts. These include the sale of the assets other than inventory, starting or terminating a rental agreement, and stopping or expanding businesses' operations. The court also has control over the decisions related to retaining and paying attorneys and entering contracts with vendors and unions. Finally, the debtor cannot arrange a loan that will commence after the bankruptcy is complete. In Chapter 11, the individual or businesses filing bankruptcies has the first chance to propose a reorganization plan. These plans may include downsizing business operations to reduce expenses, which means it has to cut its size to meet the expenses, as well as renegotiating debts. In some cases, plans involve liquidating all assets of the to repay creditors. In some cases, they have to sold even BlockFi's assets to repay the creditors, to repay the who have submitted their cryptocurrencies in the BlockFi. If the chosen path is feasible and fair, the court accepts it and the process moves forward. So this is all about the Chapter 11, much more, much deeper, but let us see how things emerges. So that's one small piece of news. Okay, discussion. Thank you. Bye.